Welcome to Emmelac online tutorial, and before us is this bearing question, and it reads that y is 60 kilometers away from x on a bearing of 135 degree. Now z is 80 kilometers away from x on a bearing of 225 degrees. Now find a distance of z from y, b the bearing of z from y. If you're new to my channel, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alright, let's get started. Now y is 60 kilometers from x. Now first of all, in dealing with bearing, what we just need to do is always allocate the coordinate point for every point. Okay, now first thing we need to do now is, now here we have y, x, and z. Now take note, y is 60 kilometers away from x. So we'll be starting from x. So we draw a coordinate. Don't mind my diagram, and it's actually not drawn to scale. Alright, so now 60 kilometers. Now take note the bearing 135 degrees. Now always start from the north and move clockwise. So this is from the north. Now clockwise like this, okay? And 135. Now take note, this portion here, or this quadrant here, is 90. Here is also 90. So which means these two here makes up 180. However, 135 is not up to 180. So you have to draw it in between the quadrant that fills up 180. So we draw. From here you draw a line. Now let's make this our 60 degrees. Let me just reduce this line because of space. Okay, so we'll now locate our another coordinate here. Okay, so from y, so here you have your x. Okay, y is away, so this is y, which is 60 kilometers away from x. Okay, now the next line, here we have 135. Okay, now z is 80 kilometers away from x, now on a bearing of 225. Okay, for clarity's sake, let me clean this. Now draw from here again down to this point. Now because this is 90, this is 90, and this is 90, which this quadrant here, it's 270. So which implies that our 225 falls within this zone here. Okay, so let us make it within here, and so we can now draw 80. So let's make it, more longer than our 60 here. Okay, so we put another coordinate and represent this as z. Okay, so all we need to do now is to link z and y. Take note, if the question did not tell you that z is directly probably west of y, don't link this side and this side together. Okay, rather make sure you just draw a line from here. Okay, all right, so I guess we've made a best fit diagram that suits the question. All right, now so the next thing we need to look at now is to label every necessary point. Here you have your 80 degrees. Now we need to know the angle allotted here. Take note that if here and here is 180 and this part here is 135 according to the question, it implies that 180 minus 135, now this gives us 5, now 7, 4. So it means that the remaining part here will definitely give us 45, right? So let's make here 45. Take note, 45 degrees. All right, And the next one, this angle here, we don't know. However, from this part to this part, taking cognizance of this angle 225, to this part, okay? Now, we need to know this part here. So, which is 270 minus 225. Now, this will give us this 5 and 4, right? Yeah, 45. So automatically here, this part here is 45. Okay, because from here to here is 225, and from this point here, the north here, to this point here is 270. So we have to deduct 225 from 270. So that part remains here is 45. And if here is 45, take note that this line here, this quadrant here is just 90 degrees. And if 45 is taken away from 90, we are left with 90. So automatically this remaining part here also will be 45. Automatically the whole of here is 90 degrees. Okay, so which makes this part a right angle triangle. So we are told now to find the distance of Z from Y. So we need to look at here. Let us make this one small as X. Okay, and here small z and here small y. So how then do we go about it? Since we have two sizes, an angle and one unknown side, so we're going to make use of the cosine rule. Alright, so for the cosine rule, now making here, now generally the cosine rule will say x squared according to the size, then equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos theta. Alright, so let us represent this with all this. So since we're looking for x here, so here we have x squared, then plus x, then y squared, now plus z squared minus 2yz, then cos x. And y our cos x here is what? 90 degrees. Alright, so let's now put in the parameters for the variables in the equation. Alright, x is what we're looking for. Then our y here is 80 squared, then plus our z is 60 all squared, then minus. Now take note, since here we have cos 90, let me just put it so that for clarity's sake, that will be 2 times 80 times 60, then cos 90 degree. And we all know that cos 90 degree is 0. So which means the whole part here from here to here will be what? 0. Because anything being multiplied by 0 is 0. So we are now left with x squared equals 80 squared. That should give us 6400, then plus 60 all squared. Sorry, this is squared, not degree. 60 squared will give us 3600. That means 3600. Now when you sum this up, I guess this should give us x squared should give us this 100, then 0, 0. Okay, so this should give us 10,000. So we now find the square root both sides. This will give us plus or minus the square root of 10000. Okay, so this gives us plus or minus 100 kilometer. However, we will not be making use of what? The negative value. So x will then be equals to what? 100 kilometer. So that is the distance between z and y. So 100 kilometer. Okay, now that we've gotten the value of x, which is the distance between z and y, so let us find the bearing of y from z. Bearing of z from y. So which means we need here, from here to this point here. Okay, and we know here that this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees. But unfortunately, we don't know this part. Okay, now for us to know this part, okay, it's very important that we know this angle here. Okay, so take note of this, that this angle here, which is 45, okay, is alternate to this angle here, 45. Alright, so what we just need to do now is to find this angle. After finding this angle, we can now subtract this angle from 360. Okay, so we'll be making use of the sine rule. Okay, and here you'll be relationship between y and the known and x. So here we have that y all over sine y then equals x all over sine x, and we know that y is 80. Okay, so here you have 80 all over sine y then equals our x, 100 then all over sine 90. Okay, and we know that sine 90 is actually 1, so what we are going to do here is 80 all over sine y equals 100 all over 1. So the next thing we just need to do is to cross multiply or make sine y the subject of relation, and that will give us the sine y, then sine y will give us 80 all over 100, and 80 divided by 100, that should give us 0.8. So this will give us 0.8. So what we need to do here again now is to find the inverse sine, okay, of y. So that y will give us that the inverse sine of 0.8. So, and 0.8 inverse sine of 0.8, that'll give us 53.13. So y here is 53.13 degrees. So it means that here is 53.13 degrees. Alright, so all we have to do now to find here the whole of this point here, all we just need to do is now 360, which is the total sum of the quadrants, then minus this angle, that will be 53.1, then minus 45 also, minus 45. Okay, so here we have 360 minus 53.13, then minus 45. So this will give us 261.86. So 261.87 approximately degrees. Alright, that's the final answer. Thank you. I remain blessed. Bye bye.